Subscribe now to uncover thrilling stories of love, betrayal, and redemption. The first time Ada met Chike, the Harmattan winds had just begun to roll through the sleepy town of Nsuka. The air was crisp, the leaves brittle, and the red dust that clung to the soles of feet seemed alive with whispered secrets. Ada, the daughter of a palm oil merchant, had grown used to the rhythms of her quiet life, the sound of the church bells in the morning, the chatter of traders in the market, and the comforting hum of family dinners. But Chike brought something different, a storm she could neither predict nor control. He was a stranger in their town, a student from faraway Enugu, with eyes that held the intensity of a brewing tempest. Ada had met him when he came to their compound to negotiate palm oil prices with her father. His voice was deep and measured, each word heavy with charm. By the time he left that day, Ada found herself standing by the doorway, staring after him longer than she intended. What do you think Ada should do? Follow her heart or stay cautious? Let me know in the comments below. Weeks turned into months, and Chike's visits to their compound became more frequent. He said it was for business, but the way his eyes lingered on Ada suggested otherwise. By the end of the year, Chike and Ada were inseparable. They spent afternoons walking through the orange groves, whispering dreams under the jacaranda trees. "I want to build a future with you," Chike said one evening, his voice barely louder than the crickets chirping around them. Ada felt her heart leap, but it was quickly followed by the pang of reality. Her father would never approve of her marrying an outsider, especially one without substantial wealth. "Do you really mean it?" she asked, searching his face for any sign of doubt. "With every fiber of my being," he replied, gripping her hands. Do you think Chike's intentions are genuine? Hit the like button if you believe in their love. Ada's doubts began to dissolve, but her father's disdain for Chike grew. Her family's refusal only seemed to deepen their bond, until a letter arrived that changed everything. Chike received a scholarship to study abroad in Canada. The opportunity was a dream come true, but it also meant leaving Ada behind. "Come with me," he pleaded. "We can start a new life together." Ada's heart warred with her head. The idea of abandoning her family and life in Nsuka terrified her, but the thought of losing Chike felt like an unbearable void. Against her better judgment, she agreed to run away with him. Would you make the same choice as Ada? Share your thoughts below. But just as they were finalizing their plans, betrayal struck like a lightning bolt. Ada overheard Chike on a call with another woman. His voice, once so tender with her, was now cold and calculating. He spoke of Ada as if she were a pawn in a greater scheme, a means to secure financial support for his journey. Rage and heartbreak coursed through her veins. Confronting him that evening, she demanded the truth. Chike's facade crumbled, and for the first time, Ada saw him for what he truly was, a man willing to manipulate and betray for his own gain. What should Ada do next? Revenge, forgiveness, or something else? Drop your advice below. The days that followed were a blur of tears and whispers. Ada felt the weight of shame, but also a simmering anger that refused to be quelled. She channeled her pain into purpose, pouring her energy into her family's business. In time, her father's health declined, and Ada took over the reins of the palm oil empire. Her shrewd decisions turned their modest operation into a thriving enterprise. Years passed, and one day, Chike returned to Nsuka. He was no longer the confident young man Ada had once loved, but a shadow of his former self. His dreams of success abroad had crumbled, and he sought forgiveness and a second chance. "Ada, I was a fool," he said, his voice thick with regret. "You were the best thing that ever happened to me." Ada's heart stirred, but not with the love she once felt. It was pity, mixed with the steel of someone who had been forged by betrayal. What would you do if you were Ada? Take him back or close the door for good? Comment your decision below. Ada smiled at Chike, a smile that carried years of pain, wisdom, and triumph. "I forgave you a long time ago," she said softly, "but forgiveness doesn't mean I'll forget. My life moved on, and so should yours." As Chike walked away, Ada felt no bitterness, only a profound sense of freedom. She had found love again, but this time it was in herself. Subscribe now for more empowering stories of resilience and love.